If you attended May's virtual event last year, I'm sure that you will remember Ellen Hollis, one of the many May mums who very kindly offered us a glimpse of her family story. I'm pleased to say that we've got a video on Ellen's story to show you now.
You asked me what it's like to be the mother of an autistic child. Well, I can tell you, it isn't easy. It's challenging and emotional. It's difficult and exhausting. It's heartbreaking. It's often isolating and feels like it is never ending. And yes, we sometimes cry ourselves to sleep. We deal with our children's behaviors and outbursts. We painstakingly watch them struggle to learn a simple skill. We feel their pain as they cope with anxiety and social awkwardness. Yet, we try to put our best foot forward to be a typical family, knowing that we are different. We think of the family outings and vacations that we forgo because we know our autistic child could never cope. We endure the social stigma, the sleepless nights. We try to explain to siblings the idiosyncrasies of autism and why we cannot do things like other families. It's never easy. It's a long day. It's a long week. It's truly a marathon. However, if you ask me what is it like to be a May mother, I can tell you that it's easier. I am the mother of Erin, a 28-year-old autistic young woman. Erin has been with the May since the age of 2. Being a May mother is hopeful. It's rewarding. It's enlightening. Yes, it remains challenging, yet it is less lonely. There is a sense of belonging, a sense of community. There is always a helping hand, a shoulder to lean on. The possibilities the May offers our children allows a mother to hope, to dream, and to vision the absolute best future for their child. A May mother carries a heavy heart, yet the burden is lightened by the highly trained and dedicated May staff. A May mother has confidence in the proven educational methodologies and clinical support of the May. A May mother can smile and rest easy, sometimes, as she watches her child develop, learn, and grow. Being a May mother gives us inner strength to keep moving forward. We look at our children with eyes filled with optimism for a fulfilling and happy life. The May truly is an answer to a mother's prayers, and I hope you will answer the call this evening. My name is Ellen Hollis, and I am Erin's mom.
And now, it is with absolute honor that I'm about to welcome Ellen to the stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give another May Institute round of applause, cheer, whoop, holler, and an enormous welcome to Ellen Hollis.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am Ellen, Erin's mom, and this is our story. In 1984, I graduated from Boston College and soon married Craig, who is seated before me. We began our life together in a cozy 3-bedroom cape in Scituate. Our firstborn was Kathleen Mary, who was streaming us live from San Francisco. When Kathleen was just 20 months old, our second beautiful daughter, Erin Elizabeth, arrived. Our little home and family were now complete. We were thrilled to watch our daughters grow and interact with each other. Everything was perfectly normal until Erin was about 15 months. We started having concerns around her delayed language, lack of eye contact, hand flapping, and overall non-responsiveness. She was not engaged in our family life like you would expect a little one to be. After various hearing tests and a comprehensive evaluation at Children's Hospital, it was July 1994 when our hopes and dreams for our little family came crashing down. Erin was only 22 months old when Craig and I learned that she was autistic. The doctor had little advice to give, but she did scribble the words May Institute on the edge of the diagnostic sheet and pass it to us. I soon found the May Institute and connected with their home-based services program. Little did I know that it would become a lifelong partnership. Bridget was our first home-based therapist. She came into our lives with the sole purpose of helping Erin re-engage with our family and to pull her out of her deep isolation. Our charming little playroom for our two little girls was now turned into a therapeutic training session for Erin and Bridget. I must tell you that the first few months of those ABA sessions, applied behavioral analysis, were heartbreaking. Bridget worked with Erin simply to attempt to have Erin look at her, or to hand her a block, or to just sit quietly for 10 seconds. Yet, our Erin would have none of that. She simply screeched and tantrumed the entire session. This went on for weeks. My Erin was lost and didn't want to be found. My heart ached. Many a day, I just wanted to stop the therapy and politely ask Bridget to just go away. It was killing me to listen to my little girl scream and cry so intensely, yet I knew I had to endure these early sessions and keep the faith that Bridget and the May could help us. Over time, the tantrums became less intense. I could hear Bridget saying, "Good job." I could hear the clink of the block going into the bucket. It was working. We could do this. As Erin began to engage, Bridget invited me to join them, teaching me how to interact with Erin. Bridget even gave me little homework assignments. I, too, took behavioral data, timed our interactions, and ran repetitive trials. Who knew? I saw the ABA therapy working, and I wanted to help Erin every second of every day. We soon added additional May therapists to our home program. One of their immediate goals was to provide Erin, who was nonverbal, with tools to help her communicate and reduce some of her frustration. Hand over hand, they taught Erin how to sign more, all done, break, help. These simple signs and gestures would allow Erin to interact with us and provide her some sense of control. The therapist had a deliberate teaching method, with each step of the process broken down so as to not further overwhelm Erin. It was a painstaking process and took many months, yet the team never gave up. We had all hands on deck. When Erin turned 3, it was time to enroll in the May preschool program in Arlington. Some of our friends couldn't imagine us sending our 3-year-old in rush hour traffic up the expressway and north to Arlington. Yet we knew it had to be the May way or no way. So we prepared Erin's little backpack each morning and sent her off at 7 a.m. in the van. There, the May team reinforced Erin's signs and began to engage her in activities such as doing simple puzzles, shape sorting, and turn-taking with her peers. When Erin turned 5, she was able to enroll in the May Braintree School just 35 minutes away. It wasn't the local neighborhood kindergarten, yet to us, she was close to home. I met often with her teachers as they guided us through the world of autism. We soon began to enlist Erin's teachers to help us after school. We wanted to make sure Erin's home environment and therapeutic ABA approach was consistent across all settings. Soon, Erin's sister Kathleen and her little friends and cousins were all signing more and asking for drinks and cookies with sign language. We were now all fully immersed in the May way. Erin's teachers were truly becoming part of our family. When I look back on it now, these great young women Colleen, Crystal, Sue, and Allison, to name a few, were only in their 20s, yet our family was completely dependent on their expertise, support, and dedication. They truly cared about our Erin and wanted to see her succeed. And tonight, one of those dedicated and wonderful women, Sue Hodgson. Stand up, Sue. Sorry. Sue worked with us for at least 10 years in our home, and I just can't thank her enough for everything she's done for our family and all of the May Center teachers. You guys are unbelievable. Okay, I'm off script. Okay, so to continue, that was the worst part. I'm good now. Okay, our May team diligently worked with Erin on her self-care skills, interactive play, and simple table manners. I can recall a few flying dinner plates soaring across the kitchen, yet the May girls knew just how to respond and eventually eliminate the behavior. I vividly recall one of their loftier goals, which was to teach Erin how to tie her shoes. Not so simple in the world of autism. They broke down every itty-bitty stage of the shoe tying process into manageable steps and diligently charted her progress. I wasn't sure if they could ever reach this goal, but they did. Just like they achieved the goal of hand washing, toileting, zipping her pants, and putting on her socks. The May team also tirelessly worked to reshape Erin's behaviors. Her jumping, flopping to the ground, tantrums, throwing objects, and even biting herself. They guided her to more appropriate responses and praised her good behavior. We constantly were singing our Hooray for Erin jingle. Now, think for a moment of a 5 or 6-year-old that you know. They tell you when they're hungry. They tell you when they're not feeling well. They ask you questions, often ad nauseum. They chat away with their little friends, playing and pretending. Now imagine that child can't talk. For autistic children, the art of communication is not natural. It must be learned and practiced, and it's different for each autistic child. The May recognizes this and provided Erin, who is nonverbal, with further tools to help her communicate. They taught her additional simple signs, utilized picture exchanges to request her wants and needs, and schedule boards to help reduce Erin's anxiety. They further tried to reinforce any utterance of a word that Erin might try to emulate with picture icons throughout our home. In 2004, at the age of 12, Erin moved to the beautiful new May School campus in Randolph. Craig and I decided it would be a good time to do our due diligence and check out the other area programs for autistic children. We met with administrators, teachers, and staff, yet we kept walking away saying it's just not the May. It was confirmed Erin would be part of the May forever. Erin remained on the Hill, as we lovingly referred to the Randolph May School, until she was 22. Her goals, although simple in nature, were necessary for her to achieve in order to become somewhat independent and to feel secure in our world. I recall staff rejoicing in the fact that Erin consistently hung up her coat and backpack as opposed to throwing it on the floor, and that she completed her picture matching task 90% of the time for 3 consecutive days. The May charts and graphs everything. They slice and dice the data to make sure that your child is progressing. When Erin turned 19, we decided to move her during the school week to a May Center group home. This would allow Erin to become more independent while giving Kathleen, Craig, and me the opportunity to have a break from the day-to-day hardship of living with autism. The May group home further enhanced every opportunity for Erin to develop and progress. Ultimately, she was not ready to participate in a vocational training program, yet she was able to reach her own personal goals, and that was a dream come true. In 2014, at the age of 22, Erin graduated from the May School. As you might imagine, it was a bittersweet transition for all of us. Erin remains nonverbal. She is unable to read or write and has many deficits that prevent her from excelling in life like you or me. Nonetheless, Erin is happy and can regulate herself throughout her day-to-day routine. She delights in listening to music, swimming, playing with blocks, having books and poems read to her, and hanging out at home with her family. Erin is now 29 years old, lives in a group home, and of course attends the May Adult Day program. Here, Erin participates in cooking classes, community outings, exercise activities, and her all-time favorite, Friday afternoon dance party. Despite her many challenges, Erin is a sweet and beautiful young woman. We cringe when we think, where would we be today without the May? As the May celebrates 67 years of helping others, the Hollis family, with heartfelt gratitude, thanks the May for truly giving us 27 years of hope and possibility and of community and connection. Thank you.